Well, I just watched Dune Part 2, and this is my copy of Dune Imperium Uprising. So let's open it. So what did I think of Dune Part 2? It was phenomenal. If you haven't seen the first movie, go watch it. Because I mean, I already said this before, but like, don't skip the first movie. There's a lot of politics and stuff that's, I think, pretty important. Or not even just important, like, sets the mood and the tone for the series. And I find that super important. So unless you don't like politics and like military warfare from the lens of, yeah, I guess like, you know, like dukedoms and stuff like that, but that's part of the fun of the movies. And I think if you're just there for the action, the second movie is definitely up there in that terms, but like also the overall delivery of all the themes of the movie, that's presented in the first one, and is just exemplified or amplified to 11 to in the second movie. And the first movie is pretty long, so was the second one, and I think that length is warranted based on like what the themes of the movies are. And if you don't enjoy that type of thing, maybe Dune isn't the series for you, but at the very least you can find, if you just like action, the second movie does a lot of that. So you can go watch it for that. But for me, it's a lot of the themes of the movie and the immersion. I knew from the first movie that they were gonna nail the sound design and set building and all of that stuff, and they did. I loved all those aspects of the movie. Really made me feel like, even though I don't think anyone would want to live in the world of Dune because it's such a hostile place, but it definitely made me feel like I was there. So, all right, let's find out what Uprising looks like. I mean, okay. Yeah. All right, get out. Okay. All right. All right. Let me put the box down here. Okay. Same size box as the original. I don't know why I expected something bigger. Maybe because of the packaging there, but let's see. I mean, it seems to be just a rules overhaul or improvement. I didn't actually look into all of the details. So I'm not. But from the box design, I imagine it's probably just going to be a refresh. Nothing significant probably changed. It's probably good. Like the formula that the original Dune Imperium created is very good. It doesn't need to and like, I mean, I'm curious as to see how they improved the overall gameplay, if that you know, or expanded it, whichever the focus of this. Okay, will you open? Whichever the focus of this sequel is versus the expansions. It's also funny that they timed both games with the release of the movies. But okay, rule book. Okay, this is the same from the previous. Actually, let me just start with the. I don't want to read the rules right now. Oh, okay. Well, I gotta open the tokens. Wait, what? This was in. What is this? Why is this separate? Hold on. What? I don't have the expansion, so I don't know if some of these. Oops. Some of these are also in the expansion. Some of the expansions as well. I know some of them add additional board spaces, but okay. So I'm imagining there's new cards. I know also another thing is like the sequel, Uprising, is also backwards compatible, or not backwards compatible. Would it be backwards compatible? You can use Dune Imperium cards for Dune Imperium Uprising. I don't know if you can do if vice versa would make sense. Okay. Largely the same. Actually, no, there's a couple different changes for use in it. Oh wait, I forgot. They included, this has a 6-player mode. I forgot. Yeah, that's sick. So some of these cards, yeah, Rise of 9 or X, I don't know which one it is. and then has 6-player mode cards. So I don't think I need this one until I get people, until I get the Rise of, I don't know which one it's called, the expansion, or get 5 other people to play this game with me. Okay, some of these are the original cards or tokens. Oh, these are the, oh, that's cute. That's the stuff that the Fremen used to hook onto sandworms. So based on that, I'm assuming these are cards or like tokens you gotta collect. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually pop these out. I wondered if these are locations your character can go to. It seems like, or sorry, agents can go to. Seems like it is. So let me, okay, I don't know where this goes, this little mountain token. I'm just gonna put this over here. Let's just collect all of these. I think my favorite aspect of the movie was definitely the progression of Paul, the main character, his progression throughout the movie. I don't want to give away too much, but like his character evolving over time and what happens, you know, like even coming from the first movie, his reaction. Again, I don't want to spoil the first movie for people who haven't seen it because it's like important. Like, I mean, people who you can even arguing that like you can watch the second movie without the first one are just gonna miss out on a lot of these things because you know the character that is created, Paul's character that's I don't know if I'm supposed to stack these. Paul's character that's created from the first movie kind of like goes into a new direction with the second one, and that evolution, and then even his growth in the second movie, and how he fits into the larger Dune verse of, you know, other aspects of other characters and how he fits into that. I heard that like there were some changes from the books, but they were probably made for clarity's sake, because already with the amount of elements in the movie, it's pretty like, hey, you gotta be glued to the screen and paying attention to like all these details about, you know, the intricacies of the system and like how the politics is working in this universe, and all those things you're paying attention to. And there's apparently more elements in the book, which probably works in a book because you have the time to pace yourself and consume these kind of things. But in a movie, you don't get that much. I mean, it's like scenes are happening and then you got to move on to the next one. So, but regardless of that, I think that they presented it really well. Some of the scenes of the movie were actually genuinely, I would say, frightening because of seeing the actions and the consequences of what's happening, what's going down. And they keep doing these like setups of like, oh, how is this gonna turn out? How is this gonna turn out? And then they reveal it, and it's like, okay, this is insane. Move on to the next part. And a lot of the times in the movie, it was so insane that like I was like, this is such an intense moment. They could leave the movie on here or end the movie here or something, right? Like it just felt like introduce something, build it up, like do a whole climax, and then it would be like this whole self-contained thing, and you're thinking like, oh my god, how it's so intense. What are they gonna go do next? Or like, is this the end of the movie? Is there like, are they doing a cliffhanger for the next one? And I kept thinking that over and over again, and it worked because it was like super engaging with like intro, build up, climax, reveal, and that made this whole like 2.5 hour or however long runtime just engaging, and you just keep wanting to watch. You just keep wanting to see what happens next, what happens next, what happens next. And every time the stakes keep rising and new things get not just introduced but like elements that were introduced prior clash together, and you're like, okay, how is this gonna go down? And repeatedly, maybe like 3 or 4 times in the movie, especially like when it's getting later into the movie, and I don't usually check the clock, so I have no idea how much of the movie's left, and I'm like, are they gonna end it here? Are they gonna end it here? And that kept happening over and over again. And I feel like the movie's ability, especially the soundtrack, its ability to keep raising the stakes is just amazing. Also, the movie was funny just purely because There's just like tier 1 glazer in the movie. This guy just you'll know when you see it, but like this guy, he's hilarious, and just watching the movie was like funny but frightening at the same time. And I was gonna say I have mixed feelings, but it's not mixed feelings as in negative, but like the fact that like it's making me feel multiple things at the same time, like this anxiety plus, hey, this is funny, but also there's this danger looming around the horizon, and where the movie ends is also insane. Like it's just making me look forward to the next one. Whenever they announce the next movie, I mean, I'm gonna go watch it because that's great. But enough of the movie. I think I've already spoke enough. I want to see some of these cards. I don't know if they've changed anything to the... Ooh, rival? Okay, maybe I should read something. Because I'm like completely lost. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, there's a 6-player board guide. I don't have this expansion. Oh, it's the Rise of Ix or whatever. That's from the original one. So they have an expansion that's from the original board game that's also compatible with this one. Oh, it's compatible with all the other ones, combining with other Dune products. So there's modifications to make it work. Yeah, I gotta see what the setup looks like. Okay, there's so much. All right. Alliance tokens? What is going on? Oh. This is based around the 6-player version, because you side with 2 factions. Either the Muad'Dib or... Oh my god, this is cool. Okay. That is sick. 4 other leaders pair up to become allies of the respective commander. So it's like a 1v1. This is also really sick after having watched the movie. Team score decided by adding together. This would be really fun. A 6-player Dune game. I definitely want to try that out if I can. So I think I'm gonna leave this out for now. But they created a 6-player system, but it seems like the 6-player system, which probably did need an overhaul to make it work with 6 players, but it being a lot more complicated than the base game kind of makes it. I mean, maybe it was like you had to do that, but it kind of makes me feel like it'll be harder for me to introduce that version of the game to people who want to play. And I just wish that wasn't the case, so that like if I wanted to get more people in, usually the higher player count means less time to teach players, or like more likely that some of these players are newcomers to the experience, and having to teach them a more complicated system than the base game already is feels a little I wish I didn't have to do that, but it seems like that might be the case. Again, I haven't read deeply into it, but that seems to be the case. If it's more complicated than the base game, which is already pretty rough, I think everybody playing the game, unless it's one player that hasn't played Dune Imperium before, would probably need to have experience with the base game. Oh, there's more leader. Oh, okay, I gotta see the leaders. Wait, where are they? These are way more complicated than the original game, except for I guess the Muad'Dib. The House Atreides. Let's Harkonnen. All right, put these aside for now. Yeah, this follows exactly the plot of the second movie. There's hooks. Oh, and there's sandworm tokens. What? What? I did what? I mean, sure, I guess. Oh, it's a shield wall. There's still conflicts. Shield wall here. So you have to penetrate to this shield. There's so much in this. Spies boards where place each of these connect. What? Are there more tokens that I don't understand? Oh, whenever the sandworm icon appears on a card or board space, you summon immediately. Deploy a sandworm to the conflict? Sandworms can show up to the conflict? Uprising comes with a mini expansion called the module. Oh, okay, so these cards are related to the mini expansion. Okay, well, this is a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to need to play the... I'm gonna need to play the expansion in order to figure it out. But I think they added a lot of cool ideas. Having a shield, having... I don't like how these look, but like the sandworms and more sandworms. I'm looking forward to playing this. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. I'll see you guys later. Go watch Dune.